In June 2013, the U.S. Supreme Court removed Section 5 of the Federal Voting Rights Act, a 50-year-old law that prevented states from excluding voters because of race. Just 48 hours later, North Carolina lawmakers had rewritten state election laws. Thousands of African Americans lost their right to vote. This is their story.
In the Civil Rights Act of 1965, we affirmed...
So many people before us fought so hard so we can have a voice. I think it's the most important right that we have in this country. My name is Dale Hicks, and I've been voting for close to 20 years now. However, last November, my vote did not count. I joined the Marine Corps in 2008. I served for 5 years. I was deployed for 1 year to Afghanistan. I came out of the Marine Corps with an honorable discharge, and from that point I transitioned into the field of IT. In June of 2014, I moved out to Raleigh. I've been hearing the stories about what was going on in North Carolina with these new laws, House Bill 589. So when it came close to November, I started to think maybe I should check my registration just to make sure that my address is up to date. You know, I want everything to be right. So I called up my local precinct, and they confirmed that I still had my Jacksonville address on my registration. And I suspected that worst case scenario, I would have been willing to drive about 2 hours back to Onslow County from Raleigh. However, I was surprised when they told me that in fact, because of the discrepancy, I would not be able to vote at all. This was due to suspension of same-day registration. As a veteran, your address is constantly changing. You know, you finish serving your country, you come back, and to be told, no, you can't, your voice will not be heard because your address says, you know, 9th Street and you live on 7th Street. It's not right.
Dale Hicks is an amazing American. He's a man who's served his country. He called the State Board of Elections. They were telling him he wasn't registered to vote, which shouldn't have been the case and wouldn't have been the case prior to House Bill 589. I have no doubt in my mind that the effect that we saw, which was voters of color, young voters, finding it harder to vote, that was the intent. We told legislators what the effect would be. So when you know what the effect is going to be and you do it anyway, you're doing it purposefully, and that's what the General Assembly did.
Even though I knew these roadblocks were being put in place, and even though I was somewhat aware of what was going on, in spite of all that, I still got caught up in the, you know, the trickery.